What's going on YouTube? Chris back with another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Vankyo Leisure 430 projector. Now I can say this for sure, I do not have any experience with projectors. This is going to be my first kind of entry level dive into projector space. Don't think I'm going to ever do another video, but who knows, maybe in the future you might see another one. But this projector is a compact size. This projector is compact, goes for about $100. There's 10% coupon still as of this video. So Vankyo did send this over to me for review, but that's still not going to change my opinions and my experience on this. I'll still give my honest feedback to you all, whether if it's worth your money or not. So $100, obviously you start off with number one, you get what you pay for. You do get a plastic body construction through and through. And then inside the box, you get just your standard setup guide, you get the projector, you get this protective plastic cover, which for my use case hasn't stayed on very reliably, as you just saw. You do get an AV cable to hook up to other devices, and then also your power cable and HDMI cable. Number two issue I have with this is that the power cable is considerably short. Since this is a projector, you're looking to put this maybe on your ceiling or maybe on a table, maybe in a living room or wherever. This power cable is 5 feet at best. So you're definitely not going to be putting this somewhere kind of in the middle of the room or on the ceiling, where you're gonna have to either get an extension cable or run your own power outlet close to with the projector. And likewise, same goes for the HDMI cable, about the same length, but they at least do include one in the packaging. Additionally, you do get this nice carrying case. Zipper has straps inside that allows you to hold the projector down during transit, so it keeps it safe. So at least there's that. They could have skimped out and not included one at all, seeing as it is a projector. So yeah. Number three is the actual picture quality. Now, on their Amazon site, it says 1080p. So since this is a projector, it's going to be projecting on a large, massive scale on a wall. So 1080p, it is going to get very pixelated. You're going to be able to see all those pixels. They do claim HDR, high-res audio for the speakers, which we'll get into that in just a moment. But the picture quality is not that great. Reading text, I used my NVIDIA Shield, and the text clarity is pretty pixelated. I did have this projector about 10 feet away from my wall to give you a little bit of perspective, and I could see the pixels, and the text just weren't that clear. So it kind of made it not really pleasing to look at and go through menus and things like that. But in terms of I/O, there is audio ports for AV, there's a USB port, SD card, HDMI, and VGA as well. So like I said, hook up a Nintendo Switch, a gaming console. You could hook up NVIDIA Shield, which I do for Android TV. So you do have your IR sensors on the front and on the back for the included remote. Now, it doesn't include batteries. It does use AAA, so you just keep that in mind for when you need to get batteries in this. It's just cheap plastic, nothing too fancy. Now, there are buttons on the actual projector itself, so in case it is sitting on a table, you can control it that way. The buttons have super tactile feedback, very clicky, but it's cheap sounding of plastic. So one of these is the focus, and the other one is to actually change how big or how large of the picture you want it. At the bottom, you do have 4 rubber grommets, so that way it stays in place on whatever surface you're using, so it's not moving anywhere. And then you have a thread hole that you can use to mount from the ceiling, or you can use the included foot here to help change the angle that it's projecting from onto your wall, like that. So you'd screw this in, which goes in quite easily, just like that. And then just a couple turns, you can change how the pitch of your projector. Something I do wish that this projector had was actually each of these feet were basically able to be screwed in and out. So that way, if your surface isn't flat, or if it's uneven, or isn't parallel to your wall, you could really dial in the kind of the tilting and all the different axes that it's going to be resting on, so that way you get a perfectly flat centered perpendicular picture to your wall and the floor. That's just a small little gripe. Otherwise, you'll just have to put like a magazine or something, a coaster underneath one of these feet to kind of help offset that angle. With it being a projector, there is going to be heat involved. So there are one intake fan and 2 exhaust ports on both sides. Is the audio quality, I would not say this is really high quality audio. You're definitely going to want a external audio source on this, which you can hook up maybe an external speaker via the headphone jack on there. Yeah, the speakers are bottom firing at the bottom here. So again, if you're having it on something, you're going to get the bounce back of whatever surface, but it doesn't sound that great, which if you want to hear audio sample, here we are right now.
What's going on, everybody? Let's block out the world a little bit with these Bose 700s. It's not that I ever thought Bose was uncool. It's just that they're QC35, they're Quiet Comfort 35 headphones.
There's no bass on it whatsoever. It just flat. It gets okay loud. If you're just using it in your bedroom to watch like Netflix, it'll be fine. But if you want a better experience, just get a TV, or if you're watching in bed, use a tablet, which you're going to have a really nice high quality resolution on a tablet. You're probably going to have better speakers than this on a tablet. For example, even on a TV, you can get a cheap 4K TV that's LCD or LED for several $100s. It's going to have better picture quality than this. The speakers might even be better. Another thing is the HDR, or the high dynamic range on this. I noticed when I hooked up my phone and just tried playing PUBG on it, the cloud detail, the clouds are just completely washed out. You also obviously have to make sure you watch this in a completely dark room. So once you start involving any sort of light sources, let's say it's daylight or a light from another room, the picture gets washed out. You're going to lose a lot of great color and detail. Sorry for the background vehicle, it's just on the other side of this window here. But you're going to lose a lot of detail when light is involved. That's externally. You're going to get the best quality from when it's dark. Obviously, the darker the better, but there you have it. For just casual watching, it's not that bad. But if you are in the market of projectors and you're wanting super great quality, then obviously this is not the way to go. You're going to want to get a nice high quality 4K projector. Xiaomi makes one. I think LG makes short throw projectors that go right up, pretty much up against the wall, and project up onto your screen. Those are going to have a much better quality. 1080p is going to be pretty rough when you're dealing with, let's say, a 200-inch viewing size of that large, so you can just expect the amount of pixels per inch at that point. So yeah, for $100, if you're just wanting something simple that you can just easily watch something on, sure, you can pick it up. I don't know, again, this is my first time being in the projector space, so I don't know the competition. I don't know what else is out there in terms of the quality for the price and other options that are out there on the market. So I'm just giving you a fair warning, my honest opinion. So good thing, at least for this, that it's not too expensive. It's something that you can try out if you do want to get into the projector scene. Definitely go for it. Another thing is there's a 3-year warranty, so that's a good thing. So at least if something happens with the actual product, it's covered. Mine actually had, I think, like a dead pixel somewhere, because I noticed up on my wall there's like a black speck, a very distinctive black kind of dead pixel, which definitely isn't anything on the lens itself. because when I moved it, the pixel moved around as well with the projector. If you have any questions on this Vankyo Leisure 430 projector, let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to help out and answer any of them. Really appreciate you for stopping by and checking out this content. Hope it was helpful for you. Till next time, I'll see you on the next one.